Hockey. What makes it great? Is it that crazy fan? The fan excitement when a goal is scored? Or the anticipation of something great? Or maybe it's that voice that brings us all the action. This is a day in the life.
It's just fun. It's what I grew up on, you know. I always, most nights, most days for me as a kid would end by me watching a game with my dad on TV, whether it was a Buffalo team or some national game. So I guess there's a little bit of a nostalgia to it, but it's just fun. I mean, sports is the ultimate reality show. There's drama, there's comedy, there's everything, and it's you know, been a big part of my life for all of my life, and I want that to continue.
Because they only have 20 skaters on the whole roster. Usually he has 25, 26. This year he has 20, so all it takes are a couple injuries and they're already behind the 8 ball. Now they only have 18 healthy skaters with Whitelaw hurt and with Peter hurt. And one more injury, they're only going to be able to dress 17 guys. That's the one thing they couldn't have happen to them. Just look at the Buff State team. Look at some of the stuff they've been through this year. Like, look at their games last weekend. Look at some of the players on their team. Like, the big player on their team that I'm going to talk a lot about on the broadcast tomorrow is their goalie, Kevin Carr. He was an All-SUNYAC. I don't remember if he was All-SUNYAC first team or second team last year. But 2 years ago, when Buff State had their breakout year, he was incredible. He was outstanding. His goals against was amazingly low for a team that had a pretty shaky defense. And then the following year, which was last year, he didn't have as great a year. I certainly didn't think he deserved an All-SUNYAC to be All-SUNYAC, but he did win the award. This year, his numbers have dropped even lower. His goals against is .340. His save percentage is .908. The save percentage isn't bad. The goals against is, and mostly it's because he has a really rough defense in front of him. Buff State's a very offensive team, and which is why I expect the score tomorrow to be pretty high. But so Carr, I'll talk a lot about him on the broadcast tomorrow. So, you know, with a TV play-by-play broadcast, that's what you want to do. You don't want to just call the action all the time. You want to have some information in there. So that's a good example of things. I mean, this is, at least from what, you know, people have told me, this is what sort of makes the difference between an okay play-by-play guy and a good one, you know. How much research do you put into it? And I take a lot of pride when someone comes up to me after hearing me call a game and goes, you know, you called a great game. You clearly did a lot of research into it, and you know that's what all this is. This is all just research. So this is where I come up with my script. This is the first thing that I say, basically. And it takes a little bit of thought and creativity. So, like, for this game, when you consider Oswego, the #1, and then you have Buff State, kind of having a disappointed year, you want to look for the main sort of storyline of the games for each team. So the main storyline of the game for Oswego is that Whitelaw's out. The main storyline of the game for Buff State is that it's a chance to get their season back on track. So I'll say something like, the disappointing start to the season for Buff State,
But tonight is a chance to get their season back on track against the #1 team in the country, the Oswego State Lakers. For Oswego, they lose their second-team All-American from a year ago. John Whitelaw out with an ankle injury, but don't look for that to slow down the nation's 2 top leading scorers, Paul Rodriguez and Luke Moody.
The Elmira highlights, not going to talk about it in between. I know you need time to find the Buff State. I was just going to say, yeah, throw it to them. They'll talk about Rudy and P-Rod, or Moody and P-Rod, and how they've been
Rudy!
that video can just play over them. And then, again, when we hit the break, we'll come back, put up the hair,
Yes. To all on-air people, who are we playing tonight?
The Buffalo State.
Buffalo State.
If I hear one person refer to them as Buffalo, they're going to get their tongue cut out by me.
Yeah.
University at Buffalo is a Division I school in the MAC. Buffalo State is a Division III school in the SUNYAC. Someone's going to do it. You think I'm being a jackass right now. Someone's going to do it.
Buff State is SUNYAC. You got that, Jack?
Somebody's going to say, love the effort there by Buffalo in the first period. And I'm going to be listening, all right? And if I hear it, I'm going to blow up.
Do it.
Blow up so much that Adele's going to have to tie me down in the press box.
Dude, I'll do it.
All right?
I'll say it just to fuck you up.
That's all I got.
Do it! I want to see it!
Yeah. All right, ready, break.
Great. Be in your spots. What time is it right now? 5:53. Be in your spots by the latest 6:10. The latest.
Also making.
Back to the point. This is Kramer. Kramer off the bench, Cleaver to Kramer. One-timer. That one's knocked down. A shot, they score! Right in the slot, Bessing, the former Plattsburgh Cardinal. He still hates Oswego, you can guess. And just like that on the power play, Buff State takes a 1-0 lead. Zanella and Brown. Susanella and Brown on the draw. And we're underway here in the second period. Ferris could not get it deep, and a chance coming up for Buff State here. McKinney scores! McKinney went high on Hare, and 10 seconds into the second period, Buff State has their 2-goal lead back again, once again on the power play. Moody back to McConney. Off the boards, Rodriguez tips it ahead, and here's Brown. He will beat the goaltender to the puck, and he hit the goal post with Carr out of the net. Oh my, that jumped everyone out of their seats. This is McKinney with one man back, and he's got help coming. McKinney dumps it off. There's a shot. That one was blocked nicely by Josepher, and the Lakers come back with a 3-on-2. Make it a 4-on-2. This is Moody. Brown, Moody, offside, the cross ice, and Josepher scores! Zach Josepher, his 5th goal of the year. It is a career high for him. Stays in the zone. Rodriguez still with it. He will shoot. Scores! Oh, Rodriguez skated about 100 feet total to get that shot off. It's his 100th career point as a Laker, and it's the go-ahead goal as the Lakers lead 4-3. That one comes to an open wing. Tripped at by Carr, out to center, and the Lakers are going to escape as Rodriguez having some words with Kramer. So it wasn't pretty, Stu, but comes to close, a 5-4 victory for Oswego here tonight.
And welcome back to the post-game show. I'm now joined by Chris Horvatitz. He just talked to Coach Gosick. And Chris, we see the SUNYAC standings. He's got to be happy with his team's performance tonight.
Well, yeah, you can give Plattsburgh the other loss, which puts Oswego 1-2. It sounds like everybody back in the control room is pretty happy. Personally, I had a rough time calling parts of the game because my throat got a little raspy, which happens from time to time. But it went well. It's always more fun when the Lakers win, too. Truth be told, I was kind of hoping to go into overtime because I'd love to call in overtime. But what are you going to do? So now I go home, I do the exact same thing for the game tomorrow. Print out everything else. And come up with the same notes for a different team. And that's it. And now we do post. Good night, Adele. I'll see you tomorrow.